I don't think it's episode 6. I think it's episode 7.
No, it's episode 6.
Alright, let's start then. Go.
Welcome to the podcast episode 6, The
Hollow Earth.
On this episode, I'm going to read you a chunk from a book, but we're also going to play a bunch of music. So enjoy.
It's not going to be an hour-long special like I'd hoped, but it's special indeed.
All right. Now, this first song is called The Lizard of Oz by Sun House.
Every single solitary war is milling the rich, manipulating the poor. Every single solitary war is milling the rich, manipulating the poor. From ancient kings of yore and pharaohs from before, Illuminati bloodlines rule the world. They dress themselves in skin and conquer from within, saluting to a flag as yet unfurled. They have their go-betweens and justify their means by playing on our fears and pet desires. The fabled lords of rings, they are the lizard kings. By dragons breath, the skies alight with fire. I don't want to be the one who told you so, but I told you so. It gives me no pleasure now to say you are not the only ones to be controlled, to be controlled. We are but the masters of the day. The day. The men of skulls and bones, they sit upon their thrones, but they are just the pawns that we can see. The secrets that are kept have grown up as we slept, and now they threaten our humanity. Maybe one to laugh, call it a foolish path, but wise men say the truth will make us free. The part that they leave out is that without a doubt, the truth destroys a false reality. I don't want to be the one who told you so, but I told you so. It gives me no pleasure now to say you are not the only ones to be controlled, to be controlled. We are but the masters of the day. The day.
Sean's gonna read a selection from the book The Biggest Secret, written by David Icke. It's one of his bestsellers.
This is pages 255 to 259. The Hollow Earth. The Nazis also believed that the Earth was hollow, with entrances at the poles, and a number of researchers report that they established an underground base in Antarctica towards the end of the war, which is still in operation today. I have no doubt from the evidence I have seen that the Earth is hollow, or at the very least there are vast regions inside where highly developed civilizations live. I also feel that there are ancient societies living under the ground between the Earth's surface and the inner hollow center. It is like 3 levels of peoples living on and within the same planet. The writer Jules Verne was a high initiate of the secret society network with his connections to the Theosophical Society, the Order of the Golden Dawn, and the Order of the Oriental Templars. Therefore, he knew far more than the public are allowed to know. His science fiction stories were based on fact. He wrote of the 2 moons of Mars before they were identified officially in 1877. Verne's epic journey to the center of the Earth was not entirely a fantasy. He knew the basis of it was true. Those who promote the idea of a hollow Earth say that water flows from one polar entrance to another, and in the center of the planet is a vast sea and an inner central sun which provides the heat and light. In the film version of the Jules Verne story, which I watched again recently, the scene is depicted in the same way. Interestingly, the main opposition Verne's explorers face are from massive reptiles, one of which they found in the sunken city of Atlantis. There has been speculation, supported by much evidence, that dinosaurs may have survived the cataclysm of 65 million years ago by living within the Earth, particularly in the southern polar regions. Tom Rich, a paleontologist at the Museum of Victoria, Australia, suggested this possibility after he discovered the fossil remains of a polar dinosaur in 1987 in an excavated tunnel on the southern tip of Victoria State at a place known as Dinosaur Cove. Jules Verne, a high initiate, would have known the true background, and so much truth is passed on through symbolism in fiction stories and movies. Steven Spielberg's films are prime examples, particularly the Indiana Jones series, and I feel Jurassic Park, in which DNA is manipulated to create reptilian dinosaurs. My view is that human DNA was manipulated to create reptilian humans. There is certainly plenty of evidence that there are civilizations living within the Earth, and even that the Earth is hollow. There are more themes of ancient knowledge and traditions. Humans have become such puppets of the official line that to suggest the Earth is not solid to the core is to invite enormous ridicule. After all, isn't that at odds with what those highly intelligent scientists say? Yes, it is, just as it was to suggest the Earth was round and not flat. When you research this subject, you realize how little evidence the scientists produce for their indisputable facts. They have penetrated only a few miles into the Earth, and their theories of what exists at deeper levels are just that, theories. When you ask a few questions of the official line, it is soon a stuttering wreck. For example, the very spin of the planet creates centrifugal force which throws matter to the outside, very much like a spin dry in which the clothes spin around a hole in the center. When the planet was in its molten form, spinning into existence before it cooled, how could it possibly remain solid to the core? It is against all logic and laws of force, and if you look at figure 23, an illustration in the book, you will see from the drawing of Donati's comet from 1853 how matter is hurled to the outside to spin around the bright core or sun. The Earth is basically the same. Researchers of the hollow Earth have suggested that the outer crust goes down some 800 miles, and beyond that the planet is hollow. People live on the other side of the very land we live on. If you think that is impossible, then ask why people in Australia don't fall off the Earth even though they're on the opposite side of the surface to those in the northern hemisphere. The answer is that they are pulled to the land by gravity. So are those who live inside the Earth. The force of gravity pulls towards matter, and so those on both sides of the planet's landmass, inside and outside, will be pulled by gravity towards the land, and neither will fall off. The center of the Earth's gravity is not at the core of the planet, but at about 400 miles down. The center of the outer landmass, and so gravity pulls equally on both sides. The alleged openings at the poles make sense because the power of centrifugal force in the period of formation would have been far less in those areas. At about 70 to 75 degrees north and south latitude, the Earth starts to curve into the polar openings to the inner Earth. Supporters of this theory suggest It is so gradual that people who claim to have experienced this had no idea they were entering the inner Earth until they began to see land that did not appear on the maps. These openings are an estimated 1,400 miles across and around them is a magnetic ring. The entrances are covered by clouds most of the time, advocates claim, and the airspace is restricted by law. When explorers searching for the North or South Pole reach this magnetic ring, their compasses point straight down and they believe they are at the pole. They are not. They are at the magnetic ring which encircles the poles. The light and warmth inside the Earth come from an inner sun, it is claimed. Marshall B. Gardner, one of the best-known advocates of a hollow Earth, believed that this sun was created from the original central fiery core around which the forming Earth was spinning, very much like the picture of Donati's comet. If the Earth is hollow, so it must be that the other planets formed in the same way and subject to the same laws would be hollow. How many civilizations live within these planets while humans only look for life on the surface? Some other questions for the solid to the core advocates. Why are icebergs made of fresh water when the only water available at the poles, according to the conventional view, is seawater? Where does all the vegetation come from that is found inside these icebergs? Why is it that explorers who have ventured beyond the magnetic poles have found that the weather gets warmer and the seas become ice-free? Why do some animals and birds in the North Polar region, like the muskox, migrate north in the winter? The conventional scientific view cannot answer these questions, but the hollow Earth view can. There are freshwater rivers which flow out of the inner Earth, and this warm water carrying vegetation and pollen freezes, so forming the freshwater icebergs in an area of apparently only salt water. There are some books which reveal the detailed evidence of the inner Earth in much greater detail than I have space to do here, and I can recommend The Hollow Earth by Dr. Raymond Bernard as an excellent summary of this evidence. One man famously flew into the inner Earth at the North Pole in 1947 to a distance of 1,700 miles beyond magnetic north, and the South Pole in 1956 to a distance of 2,300 miles beyond magnetic south. He was Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, a well-known figure in the United States Navy. He called the land he found that enchanted continent in the sky and the land of everlasting mystery. In 1947, Byrd and his passengers broadcast live on the radio as they flew inside the planet, and they saw the ice of the northern regions replaced by ice-free lands and lakes and mountains covered with trees. They described strange animals resembling mammoths, and the land they saw does not appear on any map to this day. After the initial publicity, information about the Byrd expeditions was suppressed, and he died in 1957, the year after his trip to the Antarctic. 2 years later, in December 1959, Ray Palmer, the editor of Flying Saucers magazine, published an issue detailing Admiral Byrd's discoveries, but when the truck arrived from the printer with that edition, all the magazines were missing. Palmer called the printer, but he was told there was no shipping receipt to prove the shipment had been made, and when he asked for the edition to be reprinted, he was told the printing plates had been so badly damaged this was not possible. Palmer believed that UFOs came not from space, but from the inner Earth, and that was part of his article in that ill-fated edition. I think he could have been right, and the ancient Indian epic Ramayana describes Rama as an emissary from Agartha arriving in a flying vehicle. The legends of inner Earth peoples and blonde-haired, blue-eyed master races can be found in countless ancient cultures, including China, Tibet, Egypt, India, Europe, the Americas, and Scandinavia. William F. Warren, in his work Paradise Found, or The Cradle of the Human Race, suggests that humans originated on a tropical continent in the Arctic, a land of sunshine where the race of gods lived for more than 1,000 years without growing old. Warren connects this northern paradise with the ancient Greek concept of Hyperborea. The Eskimos, who may originate from inner Earth peoples, have legends which tell of a paradise island to the north, a beautiful land of perpetual light where there is no darkness nor extremes of sunlight, a place where people live for thousands of years in peace and happiness. You find the same in Irish myth also. It was to the inner Earth legends say that some of the fleeing Lemurians and Atlanteans sheltered at the time of great geological turmoil and flood on the surface. Plato wrote of mysterious passageways in and around the Atlantean continent, tunnels both broad and narrow in the interior of the Earth. He also described the great ruler who sits at the center on the navel of the earth, the interpreter of religion to all mankind. The Roman writer Gaius Plinius Secundus, better known as Pliny, refers to underground peoples who had fled from Atlantis, and there are the legends of the inner earth dwellers called the troglodytes too, Pliny said. have hidden in their tunnels a great ancient treasure. Such stories abound in every culture. That was a section from a book.
Oh, Alan, you have no idea how fucking boring that shit was.
Yeah!
Nah, it was somewhat entertaining. Anyway, I'm gonna take a smoke break while I play a song about smoking.
All right.
You never know how much I love you. Try and I try, but I just can't quit you. You're killing me inside, but I can't live without you. Oh, you never know. I've been with you ever since I was a little boy, searching through Cracker Jack boxes to find that little toy. You bring me a little joy, but you will destroy me eventually and feel no empathy. I remember we first met, and about you I wasn't sure, but you had this allure that kept me coming back for more. You warned me up front, you was dangerous, not to be tampered with, a nail that my coffin would be hammered with. But I just figured it would be a short fling, and me and you parting ways, that would be a sure thing. But your cling got so much stronger, it would go much longer than expected. Far from inexpensive, I think of all the money that I spent with you, especially on the days when the rent is due. I'm gonna hit it till the end of the year, and then I'm through. Oh, who am I pretending I'ma ride till the end with you? You never know how much I love you. Try and I try, but I just can't quit you. You're killing me inside, but I can't live without you. Oh, you never know. Check it out, yo. It's a one-sided relationship, and I'm spiteful from it. It doesn't help that my mom never liked you one bit. She always warned me that you weren't the right type to run with. The moments of pleasure ain't worth the type of life you come with. In one, out the other ear. Another year, you're still fucking here. I love you, dear, but you're fucking my career up. Bam, kick you out, celebrate and lift the beer up. But soon as I'm drinking, I'm desperate for your presence, and you're always close by, accessible in seconds, and your essence grips hold of me. Then I go and pick you up. You roll me, I'm never gonna give you up. I need you every day, so bad I'll steady pay any amount you require to take my breath away. Sickness and health, only in death that we parted. Loving you, I wish I'd never started. Damn, you never know how much I love you. Try and I try, but I just can't quit you. You're killing me inside, but I can't live without you. Oh, you never know. Hey, yo, Sam, man, you got something to ash in? Oh, cool. Yeah, I gotta go outside and smoke a cigarette, man. I need to take a fucking break from this song. Fuck this song. And fuck that bitch, too.
Hey Alan, you know what I really want to listen to?
I don't care.
Muse by Uprising.
Well, I'd rather listen to Uprising by Muse,
Why are you talking so slow?
because I'm wearing the headphones. When I talk, I hear myself, and it's slightly interrupting. It's kind of time dilated, kind of.
Dilated.
Yeah,
Like your vagina when you're having a baby?
exactly like that.
Okay.
Uprising by Muse.
Unfortunately, I can't play more music because this is the end of our episode. I wish I could, but Alan had to take up most of the time with his stupid book reading.
Yeah! Okay, now I've got a quote for you to end the episode with.
Alan, one question. Is that quote from the exact same book?
Book is what?
Is this quote from the same book you, Oh, no, it's not. Never mind.
Okay, but before I read this quote, I want to remind people to like, comment, subscribe, share, and everything. Here's the quote. It comes from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In the beginning, the universe was created. This has made a lot of people very angry and been widely regarded as a bad move.
See ya.